Hey there, so today we have another beer talk and I'm going to be talking about my first experience judging at a homebrew competition. So I actually don't have any video or any specific content, but this was one of my favorite and most enjoyable beer experiences all year or for a long time. So if you want to sit down, hunker down and listen to a fun story, please stay tuned. So first off, I've been wanting to get BJCP judge, which is beer judging certification program judge, pretty much being a judge for homebrew competitions, but also for commercial beer, you can do that as well. And so it's a different organization than the Cicerone program. So I have certified Cicerone. And so I've been, looking into getting into that. And I looked up online and some people recommended, why don't you judge a competition? And I looked it up and they actually had one happening in Manhattan. I reached out and you didn't actually have to be a BJCP judge to judge for the competition. Generally, you have to be certified as a judge for that. But so I reached out. I'm a certified Cicerone. I feel very competent and this is something I enjoy doing. So can I come through? So I signed up for that. And so I showed up on a Saturday and there had been already a session where people were judging, but it was way too early in the morning. So I showed up around noon and they said, hey, Darwin, you're judging stouts and porters today. So that's really awesome. I was excited. So it was about the 6 of us that were judging specifically stouts and porters, and you're actually paired with another judge, and we were doing a range of stouts and porters. So you have the BJCP guidelines over there. So we did oatmeal stout, sweet stout, American porter, American stout, imperial stout, and also wood aged beers. So actually, when you're paired with a judge, I thankfully was paired with a BJCP judge. So it's actually really helpful because it was my first time doing it. And we pull out the guidelines. So, you're given a blind bottle of homebrew and you're told the style and there's a number on there. So, it's done anonymously. And then you compare the beer that you're going to judge onto the guidelines. So, how much ester profile is supposed to be, what appearance should it have, what kind of notes should be on the nose. And it's really a great way to refresh your memory of what you already know about the BJCP style and then the beer in front of you. So generally when you judge a beer, it's done on long form. So pretty much what I do on the beer reviews, you write down about what the appearance is like, what the aroma is like, what the mouth feels like, what the flavor profile is like, overall impression, all that kind of stuff. This was the short form. So you're actually ticking a lot of boxes. So what is the hop intensity, low to high? What is the malt intensity, low to high? Ester profile, low to high? Is it toasty? Is it grainy? What kind of esters are there? Is it dried fruit? Is it banana? Is it apple? Is it pear? So all these things you're ticking about what you're getting on the nose, what you're getting on the mouthfeel, what you're getting on the flavor, what you're getting on the appearance and all that jazz. And then also in there, you can give some input because this is a homebrew competition. So ideally, when the homebrewers get back these sheets, they can get a sense of not only how well they did out of 50, 0 out of 50, but also some sense of, okay, this is something I need to adjust because the judge told me this is an issue with the flavor profile of the beer, something like that. So it's really fun. And so Mark and I went through about 10 different beers ranging from the different styles. And obviously, this is the first time of me doing it, so getting used to that rating system is something I had to pick up pretty quickly. And ideally, when you're judging as a pair, the 2 judges should be within 5 points of each other in their ratings because you do it yourself and then you compare and contrast and talk about the beer after you judge it, which is obviously very constructive to talk about what each judge got off of the beer. But obviously the judges are widely away from each other and understanding what the beer is and what is to style if they're 5 points off. So maybe a couple of the beers I was trying to get used to the rating system I didn't have within 5 points, some around 5 points, but then many of the beers I was within like 1 or 2 points with Mark. So that's like eerily close, which is really cool. And because he's already a judge and I'm already picking up the language and the way to rate these beers. So that was absolutely fun. And then after that, we picked 2 of the best, highest rated beers between the 2 pairs. So the 2 highest rated beers between the other judge and I, and then between the other 2, between the other 2. And so now we did a best of show of all the stout porters. So it was 6 different beers and they were ranging anywhere from sweet stout to oatmeal stout to American porter to barrel aged stout. And everything. And so they picked 3 of us. 3 of us individually try to pick best in show. And actually next to me was a national BJCP judge. So that's sort of equivalent to something like advanced Cicerone. It's something where you're not only getting the bottom level of the certification, you're also next level. So he had to score very well on a written portion of an exam to get national judge. So very competent individual. So it was really cool because I was very much in sync with him. Out of the 6 beers, 3 of them I did not think were good, not good enough for a best in show. So we knocked those out pretty quickly. It was really cool that he agreed with that. And then 2 of the best ones on the table. Actually, one of the judges liked this barrel aged stout, a wood aged beer, which is barrel aged stout, which is not good. The judge and I agreed about that. And then the 2 best beers on the table were the sweet stout and the American porter. And the judge and I agreed that those were 2 of the best beers out of the 6, so we picked those 2 as the best out of the stouts and porters. So that was really cool. It was really fun being. It was doing something that I already obviously do hundreds and thousands of videos of in a written form and in a sort of kind of regimented, setting where you actually have a sheet and you're judging it with other people that are competent and also thinking about beer in the same way, and also being able to pick up the language pretty quickly and the way how it's done, because this is a very different system than Darwin's beer reviews, which is just what I do and what I talk about and all that BS. This is actually something that a lot of people have been certified for and have experience doing. So just a really good time, and it's hopefully something I can look forward to doing more in the future, along with getting my judge certification. So really fun stuff. So go on the BJCP website, go check out if there are any local homebrew competitions or competitions out there that you can join in on, especially if you're not a judge. It's a great way to sort of get involved without having to take all these the tests and everything, and just an absolutely great time. Just something I loved geeking out doing. Obviously that's why I do this channel, so it was a great way to use all that knowledge and experience and everything to in a focused manner, and it was just a great time, really fun. So post in the comments if you have any questions, post in the comments if you've done any homebrew competitions. I had a great time doing it. Until next time, guys, cheers, later.